Hey kiddos, it's Tanglewood Sue here. Welcome to my studio. I even cleaned up for you, at least it's Friday. Anyway, welcome. We're gonna have a lot of fun here today. Hopefully you are here because you scanned a little QR code from your awesome Tanglewood Sue kit that someone who loves you got you. Was it you? Was it your friend? Your spouse? Your mate? Your child? Someone knew you needed a little bit more creativity in your life. Okay, so I'm here to give it to you. We're gonna go over what's in the kit, but I wanna show you some of the techniques that we're gonna play with today, and all of this you can do with what's in your kit, okay? So you can just kind of do a fun color wash on your tiles. Super simple, super fun. You can do some abstract. Look at that. I swear, you can do it just with what's inside here. We can even do some fun flowers, okay? Lots of more abstract. And with just a couple more supplies, you guys, you can go crazy. If we added a couple more paintbrushes, you can do something just like this, or even something just like this. So maybe you found me because of the craft kit. Maybe you just found me on YouTube or Facebook or some other place. I'm just glad you're here. So you can see what we have in the kit. And if you didn't get a kit, well, you can order one, or you can buy anything that's in here pretty much anywhere around town. I just put it all together for you to make it easy and fun and a gift. There we go. So what's in this kit? Let's take a look, shall we? Tanglewood Sue's Crazy Craft Kit. This one is the alcohol ink tile set. So let's go on inside, open your package, and see what we've got. So each kit comes with a mixative and 2 colors. Doesn't matter what you got. You're gonna make something beautiful no matter what. So this one comes with Pearl, Botanical, and Pebble. Each one's different. I'm going to show you a lot of different ways that we can play with the colors that you get. So grab yours. Also grab your gloves. You're going to need these. Each one comes with some pipettes. All right, these are going to help out a lot. I also put in some cut down straws for you. Just regular old straws, nothing too fancy. This is felt. Okay, now you can put these on a stamper if you already have one, or just use them just like that. And then tile. You guys, I just got this at the salvage yard. You can also buy these for about 15 cents a piece at your local hardware store. You can get as many as you want. And the beauty about these tiles is that if you don't like what you've made for any reason, first of all, I'm going to challenge you on that because I think everything's awesome. You just haven't gone far enough. But you can wipe them right off, okay? So let's set these down here. I want to talk to you about a few other items I want you to get for today. All right, I couldn't put everything in this kit, but almost everything is something you're going to have in your house. I almost promise you. So, hairdryer, okay? You don't need this, but it comes in handy for a couple extra little tricks that I want to show you. All right, so you'll need some isopropyl alcohol. Get 91 up to 99%. Don't get anything less than that. It'll leave little particles in your ink and you won't like it. Trust me. Also, I'm working in a huge studio. It's well ventilated, but if you are doing this for any amount of time, I want you to put on a mask. And if you're doing this with kids, I definitely want you to put on a mask. Why? Because this is ink and alcohol, and it's not good to smell. Make you a little lightheaded. This isn't a craft for little kids. I used to do this all the time with my daughter Sadie when she was at least 10 years old and she could understand. I put the gloves on her, we'd go outside, I put a mask on her, respirator, bubble. No, you don't have to get that crazy, but I do want you to be careful. And if you feel it, if you're like, you are not ventilated well enough, so be careful. All right, I think that's what we need. Shall we get started? Yay! All right, the first thing I want you to do is take your alcohol. You know, another trick is Everclear. Evidently, I haven't tried it, but you can use Everclear. Remember that stuff we drank in college and put in the punch? Yeah, you can use that because it doesn't have the same smell. and I think it works just as well. So, hey, try it out. Have a cocktail, make some art. Have another cocktail, make some art. All right, so I've got my alcohol here. Gonna get my gloves on. So today I'm using Stream Wild Plum and Gold. I think this is gonna be perfect for what we wanna do. So the easiest way to get started playing with these inks is to just take your little felt pad and put some dots right on it, okay? This will just give you like instant satisfaction. So what you do is you can just dot it. See, that's all I'm doing. Dot, dot, dot. Then, this is why we have our gloves on. And then watch this. I'm just going over and over and over. Look at that. How fun is that? And are you seeing all the different colors that you're getting? All these different colors. You can fold it over and just keep going and going and going and going and going. Look at that. Now, what if you want it to be a little bit more watercolory? Just take your pipette, put it in your alcohol, put a couple drops of alcohol on here. Okay, and now that's going to make it a little bit more watercolory, because that's a word. See how it all flows together more? Look how pretty. So think about all the possibilities in this. Making flowers, making a background, going lighter, going darker. And when you go back over the ink, it kind of reactivates it. So you can make lots little more dots, you can make them bigger, you can make them smaller. And sometimes this is enough, right? This is a starting off point for some of us. And for some of us, this is exactly what we're after. So just have fun. I just want you to see how many things you can do just using a little bit of this felt. You can also buy, I'll put it in the links, a stamper so that you can really go like this. But quite honestly, I love just having the ability to really put this exactly where I want. Sometimes I make it a little smaller, and sometimes I want to come back in there with another little color. A little bit more. That color, there we go. And you'll notice the alcohol dries really quickly. Okay, so which makes it fun because you can play with it and move it around, get different elements, and then kind of go back on top of it. But look at that, isn't that beautiful? All these different things we did just with the alcohol, little bit of the ink and the alcohol all together. All right, now we've got our mixatives. Now I want to explain to you that the gold and the silver and the pearl do not act in the same way that the inks do. They're not transparent and they don't behave the same way. They're more of a paint than an ink, but they still are a lot of fun. And you can add, you gotta make sure you shake them really, really good. And you can do the same thing, adding the dots right there. And work that into your piece any way you want. Sometimes I like to just use it and go around the outside. Okay, now we're getting kind of that shimmery look. So much fun. All right, so that's basically step one. Now let's say, for example, you didn't like it. I'd say you're crazy because that's awesome. But let's say that really wasn't your thing. It wasn't working out. This is all you need to do, people. Get a rag. And what you can do is you can, I always say if you don't like it and you're gonna remove it anyway with the ink, just put some ink on there and play with it first. See what happens. So you can kind of mush it all around. Look at that. Can make it all the more watercolory. Okay, but if you're determined to say, nope, that wasn't my thing, just take your towel and wipe it off. This is the most awesome Control Alt Delete you can ever have, because you can just start over, people. That's why I like to start people on tiles. It's so easy to do. There we go. We're done. This one we're going to start with putting a little bit of alcohol right on top. Okay? I'm going to kind of swirl that around. Now I'm going to take Stream, put it in there. Now we're going to use our straws. I put the alcohol down so it'll kind of float around. Ready? How cool is that? You can keep going. And get. So you keep going and getting these wonderful abstract effects. So I like to put a little bit more alcohol down, put down another color, just a drop or two. Sorry if my head's in the way. I'm using a longer straw so that I don't get in your picture. All right, don't worry about it going over the edge. You can finish that up any way you want. All right? And then just keep playing. You can put one on and then put some alcohol on. See how it's blending into all the other colors? The beautiful thing about alcohol inks is how you don't just get two colors. You get so many, many, many colors when you're doing this technique. The plum and the stream mix together to form this beautiful purple. Okay. And then even as you blow it out, you're going to see different shades within the exact colors. You can also just leave that there. You can just let it do its own thing. Or remember our stamp? You could come back in now that you have that on there and create all kinds of effects. Okay, fill in. I like to use leave a little white space. So that's the technique you can use just using your straw. All right? Now, what if we wanted to really make it look like a flower? So here's another tip. We'll just kind of swirl that around. Actually, look how pretty that is. Now, another trick here is if you want to, you can use a paintbrush and start playing with this. Here, I'll use my finger. You can actually use your finger. If you want to make some of those flowers, you can just play around. Make all kinds of fun shapes. And as it dries, you can make it look like little flowers over and over again. Okay. Another way to do this is just put straight on, put your color right in the center, and you can even add another color in there and let it dry. Now this is where it is handy to have your blow dryer here, because as it's spreading out, your flower is getting bigger and bigger, but that's okay. This is a good time that you can use your blow dryer and kind of keep that from spreading out too much. But then the next trick with this, so as long as it's dry around the edges, we're pretty good to go, is to put a little drop. See how that opens up? And then use your straw and make a beautiful flower. Little drop. Are you getting how easy this is, my friends? How fun. Put it right there. Just moving it around. Make sure your tile's super clean when you do this. Otherwise, you will get little particles that'll kind of drive you crazy. Okay. There we go. Let's not forget our gold. So what I like to do is put gold right in the middle. Let it kind of swirl around in there. There we go. Can really make it look like the heart of your flower. What did I tell you? You're like, Sue, you're not going to be able to show me how to do all of these designs with just your kit, but I believe I just did. So, it's not quite dry. There we go. It's kind of all in one. So what do you do with it now? Well, what I love to do is just get a frame and put it right in there. I have a couple other little tips and tricks that I want to show you in case you want to use your piece as artwork or even as a coaster. All right, so if you want to use it around the house. So Kamar varnish is your friend. Very specifically use Kamar varnish, and I have a link below here for you if you'd like to order some. The reason we use this, it's an archival spray. It will help the colors from fading, but also when you spray alcohol ink with something with alcohol in it, like some kind of regular sealant, it's gonna reactivate, okay? You're gonna be like, you're gonna have it perfect, and then you're gonna say, I'm just gonna use this matte spray, and then it's gonna go okay, we don't want that to happen. A few light coats with Kamar varnish. Boom. Then you can take it, you can frame it, you can put a border around it, you can give it to someone as a gift. You can line up 50 of these. I'm giving you a lot of ink in this kit. And you can always buy more and more colors, okay? Now, let's say you want to use it like a coaster. Okay, perfect. Again, put your varnish on, and then what I want you to do is watch my video on doing a 2-part epoxy resin, because then you can pour that on and this thing will be rock solid. All right, you can put your beer on it, your wine on it, your coffee, your tea, whatever you want to put on it, it will last. So that's a whole other process, but everything you have in your kit is perfect for you to get started, get experimenting, make some art, have some fun, and I hope you will continue to follow me here on my YouTube channel, and I'll keep showing you new tips and tricks, but just get started, experiment, play, ask, what if? All right, you guys, have a fantastic day, and I hope you enjoy your kit from Tanglewood Sue, your Crazy A craft coach.